Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Rafii, student of postgraduate programs, Faculty of Cultural Science, University of Sumatera Utara. So today I'm going to be explaining you about the Praat. So it's an applications on software to identify the sounds in the phonetics and phonology license. Okay. So what I'm going to be talking in this moment. So there are main features. There are five main features that I'm going to be explaining today. First, what is a Praat? Number two, the function of Praat. Three, the info window. Four, the editor window, and also the Praat objects are the window. Okay, because some of people still uh, new knowing about this time as me, but I'm trying my best to explain you about today's material. So let's start by understanding about what is Praat. As it is mentioned and it reaches on the screen that I have making today. So the Praat is an open software tool for the analysis of speech in phonetics. Okay, so this application is specifically designed for the phonological purposes, like for the phonetics purposes. So it's going to be in the as an indicator for you when you are going to use this application. You are going to be able to know and to better understand about the capacity of your sounds, whether or not that your pronunciation is closer to the native speaker in itself. Okay, so let's getting to know further about these applications. The functions. There are five main features of functions that is available that I am making today. Generate waveforms, make recordings, get information about the pitch, enhance certain frequency regions, put your work in the graphic forms. Okay, so these functions are basically available on the features of the uh, Pratt applications. For example, like generate waveforms, wide and narrow band spectrograms, intensity counter, and pitch tracks. Okay, you can make it into like wide spectrum and the narrow spectrums. But number two, for example, in the make recording, so you can record your voice and then you can edit the record sounds and you can extract your sounds, okay, to be further analyzed whether or not the result of your sounds or the result of your pronunciations is is going to be analyzed whether or not that your pronunciation is a better closer to the native as the native pronounce it correctly. Okay, so these features or functions you can modify and you can further understand when you are open the applications by yourself. Okay, now going on into how we are starting when you are about to use these tools. This is called as a Pratt objects window. So when you put it on the desktop, you can just simply click the button, like click the Pratt application on your desktop, and this is the way that this look at this red circle. This is the Pratt application and I'm putting it on my desktop, and just click it and you can see the picture of it is going to be the pictures number two like this. Okay, so how are you going to use this? Okay, you can see and find the menu, for example, like click the new, then record a mono sound, then record, then stop, save to the list, type the file name, and then okay. Then the sound you have just recorded will appear is now in the list objects, for example. So it's just easy for if you are already open the applications. Then once you have already opened that application, there are five buttons are called as the fixed buttons: rename, copy, remove, info, inspect, and they have their own functions. Rename, you just can rename an object. Once you have already recorded, then you can rename the file. You can rename the object. Okay. Copy, you can duplicate the object. Remove, you can simply delete the object. Info, get the results from various queries and object. But inspect, also browse the internal data and object. And you can also try by yourself about the features in these objects. Like there is a sound hub, view and edit, play, draw, query, modify, annulate, and etc. So this is the dynamic buttons, fixed buttons, right? So you can simply find it when you are opened the menu of the product applications. Editor window. So the main function of this editor window, if you can see these pictures, once I have already record my voice, and this is the result of my voice, okay? So you can edit all of this into this feature of editor window. And there are some of the features like file to extract selections in different ways. For example, edit, query, view, spectrum, and you can try all of this once you have already recorded your voices. Just like click when you are going to edit, just click edit and you can copy or paste the signal, query to get informations and the cursor position, view this to select the contents, for example. So the spectrum, for example, to control the spectrogram. So you can edit as what you want by these applications. Page. So it's also easy for you to modify the page, right? You can simply edit the page just to control your page settings, for example. Then you can extract it, the informations. But it's also you can also the intensity. You can also control the intensity signals settings. Then you can also extract the information as what is happening in the page, for example. Formats, you can also control the format, and this is the pictures of the format. Once you have already record your voice, and you can edit the you have already edited the pitch, you can have already edit the intensity, you can also edit the format. And this is the situations when you are already editing all of that, and this is called as a format to control the format settings and extract informations. Okay, you can do it by like via format then setting, and we will introduce how to adjust the format settings and extract format information in detail, so you can try by yourself. Pools, also you can also set the pools and extract specific information on the voice parameters like jitter and shimmer. And this is the features that you can see, like file, edit, query, view, select, spectrum, pitch, intensity, format, and pulse. This is also I've already explained during the preview, so you can't try by yourself about these features. Okay, info window. When you make a query, either in the editor window or from the objects window, the info window will pop up with your result. You can also print to this window, then scripting in the Praat. Then this you can print this thing. So Praat picture windows. So this is going to be the last slide. Praat picture window is the Praat picture window is used to create and display publications quality image, and is open by default when you start the program. So what is the conclusions of these applications? These applications was designed for you to analyze and to detect your pronunciations result, whether or not that your pronunciation is getting closer to the native speaker as what native speaker produce. Okay, if this Pratt shows that it is the drawbacks of the parameter, then you're not close to the native. But when it is goes to the parameter, then you can maybe can be classified as what native speakers speaks the one word or one letters. Okay, I think that's all about today's explanations. I know that this is way from perfections because it's also a new for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you learn a lot. But sorry for some missing information that I've already made by this thing. See you in the next videos.